Shelby Bells, it's Shelby. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in for another video. In today's video, you guys, we're going to be talking about the season premiere of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, you guys. I'm so excited that that's here, and I've been wanting to make Real Housewives content for a while on my channel, but I was just waiting for my city's thing to come out, which is Beverly Hills, my favorite one. Not because I'm from Beverly Hills or anything, but just because it's my favorite one of the Real Housewives shows, and I've been waiting for the new season to come out before I started this little segment on my channel, so I hope you guys enjoy. We're just going to be talking about everything that happened on the first episode of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 12. There's so much to unpack here, and I just wanted to kind of discuss it with you guys, talk about it, give my feedback, give all of my opinions as I do here on this channel. Miss Kitty has some things to say too, and anyway, if you're interested in hearing more about that drama, make sure that you keep on watching. Miss, you saw the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? I know. So here's the secret. Me and Miss, we hung out earlier today and we cuddled and we watched episode 1 of season 12 of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills on Peacock. So you have to tell us, Miss Kitty, you have to tell us what you thought about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. You enjoyed it. We were cuddling and we were watching it, and she really enjoyed the episode. I know she did. Because we love watching it. When we were watching, that's the thing is, Miss Kitty, she was the one that was like, no mom, we have to keep watching this. We have to watch the whole series. I'm super into this and I love it. And she just loves it. And Miss Kitty's favorite housewife is Kyle Richards. Miss Kitty, isn't that right, Miss? So my favorite is like Dorit, just because the fashion and everything, but her favorite is Kyle Richards, but she really liked Lisa Vanderpump until the whole drama with Lisa Vanderpump happened on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and she left. Miss Kitty really likes Lisa Vanderpump too, isn't that right? I know it, Miss, and Miss Kitty wants to send her condolences to Dorit as well. And what else, Miss? Okay, and Miss Kitty wants to tell Sutton, because Sutton is a cat lady herself. Miss Kitty wants to tell Sutton to act like a lady and to be nice, because right now she's being a little self-absorbed and selfish in this episode, and we'll get to that in a minute, but she just wanted to let you guys know. Anyway, okay, now I have been so obsessed with the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and honestly I've kind of gone down a Bravo rabbit hole lately. I always told myself like I wasn't really a Bravo girl, I wasn't really into that. Oh, girl, I am such a Bravo girl. I'm so into that, and it's a new thing, relatively new thing. I binged watched the entire series of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and I was just waiting for season 12 to come out so that I could like report on it and talk about it when it first came out, because I was like, this is such a cool direction to take my channel. So I really hope you guys enjoy this content about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. If you like this, I would love to do the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Orange County, New Jersey, Salt Lake City. I need to catch up on all those cities. Okay, whatever. Vanderpump Rules, if that's still even on, I don't know. But I am down the Bravo rabbit hole, and I'm so here for that. So if you are into that kind of content, make sure you subscribe to this channel, you guys. Like the video and leave me comments down below that you like this kind of content. Mr. Kitty, can you stop it? The cats are fighting. But yeah, anyway, you guys, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let me know in the comment section down below if you like this kind of content. And if you're new here, say hi. Anyway, let's get right on into all of that. So season 1 of Beverly Hills this year was really good, and honestly pretty intense. Like there was some moments in it that were kind of sad, and mainly with Dorit. Like Dorit is probably my favorite. I don't want to say favorite because I like a lot of them, but Dorit is really one of my favorite housewives because I just love her fashion. I love her style. I know that she's like from Connecticut and talks with a British accent because of her husband PK, but I literally live for Dorit. And so this is gonna have some spoilers in it, by the way. So if you haven't watched the episode yet, maybe turn this video off until you watch the spoilers, so spoiler alert. But Dorit, they kind of reported on her house being broken into. And I was really sad to hear that. I got emotional hearing her talk about it. Apparently she was held at gunpoint and she was just fearful for her life and for her children's lives and stuff. And it seems like they made out with over $1 million worth of things of hers: jewelry, handbags, cash, all of that. And so I know that they film the series and then some time goes before they actually air it, but I still want to send out some love and support to Dorit during this time, because I know that reliving this isn't easy, and just getting over the trauma of having that happen to you in general is really, really not okay. And it's tough. So my heart goes out to Dorit. She's one of my favorite housewives ever. I love her fashion sense. She is so fashionable. I literally wish I could have the fashion sense that Dorit Kemsley has. I love her so much. I really, really honestly do. Oh, I forgot to talk about taglines. Okay, so a really big thing on Housewives in general is the taglines. People live for hearing and seeing what these housewives are gonna have for their taglines on the show. And if you don't know what that is, because you don't really watch Beverly Hills or any kind of housewives at all, and you're just like one of my Shelby Bells who've been here for a while that don't watch that. So basically during the intro, they play some music, whatever, and then each little like housewife does this little modeling thing, and they have this little thing that they say, and it's like a little like tagline. It's like kind of like their introduction basically in the intro. And I wanted to go over the taglines because I know that people are super into those and they like to talk about them, and I like them a lot this year. Kyle Richards. So Kyle Richards has been on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills since the beginning, since season 1. She's the only housewife who has been on the show since season 1, and she's kind of like the OG, the reigning queen of the Beverly Hills Housewives, I guess, at this point. Her tagline is, "When you're the real deal, you don't have to pretend." And I think that's kind of fitting for her. I love Kyle Richards. I think she's super sweet, and I really like her a lot. She has been problematic in some of these seasons and stuff, but honestly, that's how you keep your job on Housewives. You got to be able to stir up some drama. You got to be able to stay up with the drama and all of that. So can't hate on her for that. Lisa Rinna is, I also really, really love Lisa Rinna. Lisa Rinna is just so fun. I just love how fun she is. She just has like the funnest personality. Queen of QVC, Lisa Rinna. I just love, she's so loud and out there and fun. And I love like her dancing on IG and stuff. It's so cute. Hers is, "Hi, I'm Karma, and yes, I'm a bitch." And I love that for her. That's so funny, and I think it's kind of like cute and stuff too. Erika Jayne, Miss Fabulous Erika Jayne. Erika Jayne, she's going through a lot. She's been going through a lot for the past couple years, and I'm interested to see how the season unfolds with her. But her tagline this year is, "I have nothing to hide and nothing to lose, and that makes me dangerous." And I think that's definitely alluding into all of the legal problems that she has going on. If you are not familiar with the legal problems that she's having with her husband, Tom Girardi, it's really, really a whole lot. I could do an entire super long docu-series style video on Erika Jayne and Tom Girardi and all of that drama. But it's just a lot. It's a lot. I can't even go into it, but look it up, you guys. Tom Girardi and Erika Jayne, that whole thing is a lot. Dorit, hers is, "You can take all my things and you won't have taken a thing that matters." And I think that really kind of like, why does that make me emotional just saying that? Oh my God. It's because really, honestly, I do feel for her and everything that she went through with being broken into and stuff like this. She has the cutest 2 kids. What are they? Phoenix and Jagger. They're so adorable. And we've seen Jagger and Phoenix kind of grow up on camera a little bit. And I remember when Jagger was having trouble speaking when he was really little. He wasn't really talking as soon as like other kids might have. And now he's just so verbal and vocal, and just, he's such a cutie. Garcelle. Garcelle is so cool. I love the fact that we get representation for like Haitian people from Garcelle, from the African American community, from a Black woman with Garcelle on Beverly Hills. She's the first woman of color that's Black to be on Beverly Hills. So there's been other women of color that are from different ethnicities that are not Black, but she's the first Black housewife on Beverly Hills, and I love that. I love the representation she brings to the show. Her tagline this year is, "I don't need the spotlight, I shine just fine." And I really love that for her too. I love Garcelle. She's just such a down-to-earth, cool chick. Sutton Stracke. Sutton's tagline this year is, "If you want a seat at my table, you best mind your manners." And okay, well, we're gonna get into my thoughts on Sutton. Sutton, I really feel like in this episode really kind of rubbed me the wrong way. I feel like, well, we'll get to all that in a second. Let me finish the taglines. Crystal Minkoff. So Crystal is a newer housewife. I think her first season was last season. So she is I think she's the first Asian American housewife for Beverly Hills. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think she's the first Asian one. So she provides a lot of representation for that community as well. And she says, they say talk is cheap, but in Beverly Hills, it can cost you. So I'm interested to see what kind of drama that kind of stirs up, because a lot of times their taglines are like preluding to what is going to happen in the season, or foreshadowing in some way. So I'm interested to see that. And the last one is the new housewife, which we didn't really see any of, I don't think, in the first episode, Jenkins. And her tagline is, the only thing better than having it all is having even more. And I'm interested to see that, because I don't think that we met her in the first episode. Correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think we met her in the first episode. So anyway, now let's get into more of the drama in the episode, because we talked about Dorit. Heart goes out to Dorit and everything that they went through, and still keeping them in their thoughts while she heals from this tragic, scary thing that happened to her. But let's talk about Miss Sutton Stracke. Miss Sutton Stracke, I was really a fan of Sutton when she first came on the show. She was a friend of the Housewives, her first season on the show, and I thought she was just the epitome of Southern class. I'm a Southern woman myself. I'm from Texas, and I live in Houston. If you're new to this channel, I'm from Houston, and Miss Kitty's she's talking over here because she has some words for Sutton. Sutton really has been disappointing me. I thought that she was just the Southern lady, you know, she minded her manners. I thought she was honestly kind of endearing. She's a cat lady. I really liked her at first, but the past couple seasons, I have not really been about what Sutton is putting out there. It started rubbing me the wrong way with Jayne and her thoughts on that whole thing, and her lack of support for Erika during the legal troubles that she had. I just felt like, as a friend, because her and Erika were kind of close, I felt like as a friend it was really kind of shady the way that she was treating Erika during that time, and kind of like fake friend, fake behavior. Now that seems to just be kind of continuing in season 12 already, in episode 1 of season 12, and it's really kind of unfortunate because Dorit and Sutton, they say in the episode they did have kind of a falling out in season 11, and things were like kind of weird between them. But then Dorit said that they had kind of moved forward from that, and that they got along, they were getting along well and all of that. And when Sutton found out about Dorit's break-in in her house, she was really kind of self-absorbed and just kind of selfishly talking about herself the whole time at Kyle Richards' house about the whole thing. And it was just kind of like, dude, like, your friend just went through something super scary and super tragic, and you just want to talk about like your business and the fact that you can't get certain things shipped to you in time or something. I think what it was. And I'm just like, okay, read the room. Like, your friend is going through something, and your other friend is trying to talk to you about it because she's emotional about the whole situation too, and you're just sitting here talking about yourself. And I just haven't liked this like better than thou stuck up selfishness that we've seen from Sutton lately, because it really kind of contradicts everything that I've seen from her before. And I thought she was so endearing and Southern and such a sweet lady, you know. She always would give the women gifts and stuff, and I think she probably still does that, but that gave me the impression that she was just such a kind-hearted person, and what I've seen lately doesn't show me that, and it really rubs me the wrong way. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about Sutton. Has your opinion changed on her as well? I don't know. I'm really not liking what I'm seeing from Sutton lately, and season 11 and now season 12 episode 1 as well. So I don't know. Let me know. The show continues. They follow Garcelle a little bit. Garcelle was in Miami. This is the beginning of the show. Those were the two big points of the episode 1 of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 12. Those were the two major points that I took away, at least, were Sutton's lack of concern or whatever for Dorit's break-in, and then Dorit's break-in in general. Oh, also, Sutton went on What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, and she made all these comments about Lisa Rinna that Lisa Rinna didn't like, and it's just kind of like, you're saying, okay, she said that she might have put her foot in her mouth and shouldn't have said stuff that she should have said. Well, what she said was that basically she was making a dig. If you guys remember in season 11, Lisa Rinna had kind of gotten into it with Garcelle about not saying thank you for some pasta sauce or tomato sauce that Lisa's husband, Harry Hamlin, had made for Garcelle during the quarantine. She was kind of like saying to Garcelle that, hey, you didn't tell Harry Hamlin thank you after that. And it was this whole thing. And then Garcelle was like, and it was just like this whole like thing on the show. Well, Sutton on What Happens Live kind of like threw a dig at Lisa Rinna saying, well, hey, I invited Lisa to this thing. I did all this thing and Lisa never said thank you. And that was kind of a dig to Lisa in support of Garcelle, which you have every right to do. But Sutton kind of went back on that and was kind of like, oh, I kind of put my foot in my mouth. I didn't mean it like that. Da, 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 da. Girl, you already know when you're on What Happens Live or when you're on TV, when you're on camera, and you've been on camera for a while now, when you're on camera, you already know the gig. You know what you should say and you know what you shouldn't say. And like, I mean, come on, you already know. It was totally purposeful. It was totally purposeful. And Lisa Rinna didn't like that. And so she made some comments about that. I'm interested to see how that's going to affect their relationship this season, what's going to happen. I think that they have their eyes on Sutton as the new villain for this season. And I'm interested to see how that plays out because she was she was a very liked character back in the day when she first came on the show. So I'm interested to see how all of that plays out. I mean, you need a villain on the show. You have to have the person who's the villain. Every season, one of the women is painted out to be kind of the villain. I'm also really interested to see what happens with Jayne during this season because she does have a lot of legal troubles still going on. And when they were talking about like what the foreshadowing for the next episodes, it seems like she's going to be having some issues with drinking and she's going through a lot. So it kind of like, you put two and two together, you start drinking a lot because you have a lot of stuff going on and all that stuff. Are you handling it the right way? All of that. So I'm interested to see that. I'm interested to see how this break-in, if we get to see like maybe some therapy sessions with Dorit and the kids, or how this is going to affect Dorit and like how they're going to move forward from that. I'm very interested to see that. So I'm really excited for this season. I think episode 1 was a great first episode for this. So I don't know, what are you guys' thoughts on all of this? Are you excited for this season 12 of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills? Do you watch the Beverly Hills stuff? I know that I normally don't do that kind of content here on my channel, but I'll be honest, you guys, this is the first time in a very long time where I have been like just so purely excited to film a video, to share things and to get the content out because it's something new, it's something fresh, it's something I'm super actually very interested in, and it's not like boring old Trisha Paytas stuff. You're doing the same thing over and over, girl. It's actually fresh and fun and interesting to me. So let me know in the comment section down below if you like this type of video. I'm thinking about doing one every week for the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and just talking about it. And I hope that you guys like it. Maybe I can do other cities as well. So that's going to be it for today's video, you guys. If you did enjoy it, make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel down below. Don't forget to ring the bell so you're notified of all my future videos when they do post. Remember, all Shelby bells ring the bell. You guys were so close to my next major subscriber milestone. So subscribe to the channel, support me, help me out. It means so much to me when you do that. Become a part of the Shelby Bell family. And yeah, if you enjoyed today's video, YouTube should be suggesting a couple more down here for you to choose from. So I'd love it if you did that. And aside from that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.